Welcome to OPC TV, where we discuss specific health and fitness problems, identify the solution so you can feel better and perform at your best. Now today on OPC TV, we're going to be talking with Dietrich Horsey, one of Chicago's leading fitness professionals. Welcome, Dietrich.
Hello, Cam. How's it going, buddy?
Very good. So Dietrich, tell me, when you're training clients, is this something that you see quite often, tight hamstrings?
Yeah, I find it to be more obvious in my clients who are, who sit a lot,
Yeah.
or, sitting. The sitting disease. That's what we call it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Boy, it's really common, isn't it? With like computers, in internal type work, everything's all about sitting. Like I know there's the sit-stand desk these days, but sitting's still predominantly the main activity people do day in, day out.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you think about it, we sit when we drive, we sit when we, are at a computer, we sit, we're commuting,
Yep.
right? I mean, a lot of sitting going on.
Exactly. So the other thing I think we need to keep in mind, though, with people that say they've got tight hamstrings, is hamstrings can be multifactorial, that the cause of that problem. So you can find sometimes that if someone's got an imbalance in their pelvis with the muscles at the front and the back, so if you've got tight quads and tight iliopsoas muscle, that can cause like a rotation of the pelvis, so the hamstring can tighten up and cause that tight hamstrings problem.
Right. Yeah, and also like your poor pelvic stability is another cause too.
Exactly, and I suppose the other one that I think you can find that can cause someone to have tight hamstrings would be any kind of lumbar spine or spinal related issues. So if someone's got some stiffness or some neural tightness, often the hamstrings will tend to tighten up. So that's really important to keep in mind too, that what's causing those tight hamstrings.
Right, and we actually that's why we like to use a 1% change assessment. As you always say, if you're not assessing, you're guessing.
Exactly.
So it's very true.
Exactly.
A lot of stuff we do because it helps, dictate, what's going on or eliminate what's going on with the client.
Yeah, that's right. So you're getting a more structured program, which obviously then is going to help your client get better results. So assuming then we've found out that someone has got tight hamstrings, we need to correct that. Can you go through some exercises which we could give someone with tight hamstrings to get them feeling better and make them perform better?
Absolutely. We do a walking hamstring stretch. We do some single leg sit and reach. We do quite a few different ones for hamstrings that are movement. We call it dynamic stretching. We do a lot of those, like toy soldier, things like that.
Okay, well let's go through some of those now.
Cool, let's do it.
Perfect. Okay, Dietrich, can you tell us what this exercise is we're looking at right now?
Yeah, this is what we call the toy soldier or Frankenstein walk. It's basically a dynamic warm up. We do this prior to, it's kind of pre-exercise if we use it for.
Okay.
We call it yoga on steroids. That's what we call
it. And how many reps do you do each side? Is there a specific?
Usually about a good 10.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. Okay, Dietrich, can you just tell us what this exercise we're looking at now on screen is?
Yeah, this is what we call the walking hamstring stretch. So basically just walking and reaching down toward, I call it like your shoelaces.
Yep.
It's another hamstring stretch, just done a different way to hit more, higher from the hamstring and glute. It's still another dynamic exercise we do prior to or pre-exercise.
That's what I was going to say. Looks like a really good dynamic warm-up. Perfect.
Yeah, I like this a lot because it kind of mimics like if you were to tie your shoe, something like that. You kind of get used to that movement. Your body gets warmed up, and it also mimics some of the exercises we will use like in our routine, which is like doing like deadlift, something like that. If the person needs to strengthen hamstring.
Yeah, perfect. It's got that functional component to it as well, which is really important. Okay, what are we doing in this exercise?
So this is a hamstring rotation stretch. Is more to target the outer part of the hamstring. And you see as the model basically has his knees slightly bent.
Yep.
And this is all due to the I guess you say the limited range of motion that he has. If you have more range of motion, your leg would be more straight. But based on where he is at this particular point, it's definitely probably one of the areas he needs to work on.
Yep.
But just basically some modification.
Okay, and again, is there any amount of reps or times you do to each side?
Yeah. like 10 reps, and maybe with a slight pause at the end of the movement, at the end of rotation.
Yeah.
But you're basically turning in toward the leg that is extended.
Okay. Perfect. Explain to me what this one is.
This is just a sit and reach hamstring stretch, and this is more of a static one. So generally when we do these, we will use it in our program as at the end of the workout when you're nice and warm, we'll do something that's more static. Again, you can tell with the lack of flexibility that he has his knee slightly bent.
Yes.
So, and it's fine too. That's probably ample amount of flexibility. But this one right here with the single leg, that is actually more targeted. Say if you have one side less flexible than the other, you can target individual sides.
And yeah, another good thing with this, doing it with one leg out to the side as well, is if people do have some lower back issues, sometimes doing it with two legs at the same time can aggravate that. So this is another great way to just take a little bit of stress off the lower back as well, I found too. So that's another really good exercise they can do to help loosen up those tight hammies. Okay, Dietrich, tell me about this guy who's obviously got some major issues here. He looks like he's struggling. What's the go?
He looks like he's having a hard time, doesn't he, Cam?
Yeah, it's very tight, very stiff.
So this is the downward dog. This is the incorrect way of doing it.
Okay.
Because of the lack, basically the tightness of the knees. So you want to really try to straighten your knees out if you can. But on the other frame, you see the correct way of doing it.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so I'm assuming this is the better technique, which looks a lot.
That's a better technique. Yep, that's the best way to do it. It's the better way of doing it. The old man's getting a little better as you start to warm up a little bit, Cam.
That's right. So this is the thing that I really love about this exercise, Dietrich, that it does stretch a whole lot of different areas of your body. So it's a great time saver, I find. If people are short on time, so as you can see, your heels off the ground, so you're stretching your calves, stretch your hamstrings, your glutes, your mid-back, your lower back, and even your shoulders. So this is why I find this is a great exercise that covers a lot of things. So obviously it targets your hamstrings, so that's why we've included it. But if you want to do a multitude of different areas, this is a great one to do as well. Absolutely, it's multi-purpose. Okay, Dietrich, thanks for showing us those exercises. Now, if someone wants to train with you and your team, what do they need to do to find you? Where are you? You go to the website, d21.fit, or you go call us at 773-571-8844. Fantastic. Well, thanks for your time today on OPC TV. We'll be back again soon with a new episode. Thanks once again, Dietrich. Thanks, Cam. Have a good day, man. Cheers. All right, cheers. Okay. Right, absolutely. I totally agree. So that tight hamstrings can be multifactorial. So it's really important to find out exactly. Actually, I don't need to say all that. You just go. Okay. So we'll go again. So first line, how to find us is on a website, which is well, that'll be going in the bloopers reel, that one. Okay, thanks for that, Dietrich. Yep. Wow, okay. I couldn't in front of you. No. Go ahead. Stop talking. They can find us at our website, shit. Oh, God. Okay. Last time. Thanks for nail it. Nail it. All right, here we go.